Surrender now or prepare to fight.
With crime pretty rampant in the world of the Pokemon anime, the various Officer Jennies have quite a bit on their hands. While they round up the bad guys, it's time for us to sentence them for their crimes. I'm Kyle with Pokebinge, and today we're sentencing Pokemon anime villains for their crimes. We have just one rule today. We'll be sentencing based on these villains' actions throughout one episode or arc.
Pokemon are meant to serve as humans after all.
First up on the docket is none other than Jessie, James, and Meowth. And we can't think of a better place to look to than their debut episode, Pokemon Emergency, which also features the first in a slew of their many crimes throughout the series. They make their grand entrance into the Pokemon Center by throwing their Pokeballs into the window on the roof, breaking it. Not only is this destruction of property, but also breaking and entering. Further destruction of property charges will be added as they order their Ekans and Koffing to destroy the computers and wiring, making the power go out. And Koffing also breaks down the door leading to the room where the Pokeballs are stored. This entire scheme is done so the trio can capture Pokemon en masse to send to Giovanni, and they were likely ordered to do so by him, which adds on charges of both attempted kidnapping and aiding and abetting. In the end, Jessie, James, and Meowth will get 5 years in jail. We now move on to a couple of other Team Rocket lackeys, those being Butch and Cassidy. Throughout the episode Pikachu Revolts, the two control a large number of Pokemon, including Pikachu, Togepi, and Meowth, and put them into a facility using their Drowsy. And this also makes the Pokemon turn against their trainers. This is considered mind control and kidnapping. We'll also charge them with assault for knocking Jessie and James unconscious with their own Pokemon, and because this plot was likely given to them by Giovanni, we'll also add aiding and abetting. So for these crimes, Butch and Cassidy will be receiving 10 years in prison each. It should be no surprise that Team Rocket boss Giovanni is up next, and we're looking at the special Mewtwo Returns. After the events of the first movie, Mewtwo and its clones have moved to a new home to live in peace. However, Giovanni is determined to get Mewtwo back and gain control of it once again, going as far as to go on a full military-style assault, which immediately counts as disturbing the peace at the very least. When he first lowers his aircraft closer to Mewtwo's home, he launches projectiles that stun most of the clones, and later has a bunch of blimps rain Pokeballs down to capture them. These are many counts of assault and attempted kidnapping. We say attempted because the clones are quickly saved by Mewtwo. After Mewtwo saves its friends, Giovanni uses a couple devices to electrocute it and make it fall to the ground, adding another assault charge. When Mewtwo submits to Giovanni, he traps it in a force field to harness its power, which is both kidnapping and torture. He later has his crew start to turn the isle into a Team Rocket lab, which is habitat destruction. If that wasn't enough, we'll even add an attempted murder charge as he explains to Domino that because of its torture, its body would be destroyed, and he would be willing to wait years for another clone to be developed. Because the scope of his crimes are so large, we decided to give Giovanni the death penalty, and we couldn't think of a more satisfying way for him to go out than via a strong psychic attack from his former prisoner. Don't think that we're done with Team Rocket just yet, because we do have one more member, the scientist Dr. Namba, and with him we're looking at the Lugia trilogy. In the first part, The Mystery is History, Dr. Namba orders for Silver, the baby Lugia, to be captured in a net, but considering it escapes, this is only an attempted kidnapping charge. However, he is later successful at kidnapping Silver when Butch and Cassidy come and trap it in a cage. In Apparent Trapped, he has headbands strapped onto Butch and Cassidy's Houndour and Hitmontop to make them stronger and more aggressive, adding a mind control charge there as well. Silver's parent eventually lands onto its child's cage, trapping both into a field of energy, and Namba also has Ash and friends caged up, adding 2 more kidnapping charges. In A Promise is a Promise, Namba has his Electabuzz wear the same headband from earlier, and using a device, he can make the Pokemon wearing it even more enraged, so it could be argued that torture can apply here as well. Overall, we believe the most appropriate punishment for Dr. Namba is life in prison. Moving on from Team Rocket, we have Colonel Hansen from the two-parter The Princess and the Togepi and the Togepi Mirage, an official from the Mirage Kingdom. He plans to take it over by force. Hansen enlists help from Team Rocket to capture Misty's Togepi, and as soon as he arrives, he's guilty of of 1 count of assault as he grabs Meowth by the head and throws him at James. His Shedinja later fires a solar beam at Misty, May, and Max, destroying a nearby hedge maze, and the attack also indirectly injures Togepi after it's flown into a fountain. Although Hansen wasn't directly controlling Shedinja at the time, he is still responsible considering it is his Pokemon, so we're charging him with destruction of property and another count of assault. It's later discovered that due to Hansen's impure heart, he left an entire group of Togepi extremely weak and the Togepi Paradise in ruins. It's explained that Togepi lose all their energy when exposed to someone with an impure heart, so we can treat that technically as mass starvation, plus destruction of property for the destruction of the Paradise. Hansen then uses Shedinja and Ninjask to break the fabric of space and time to break through the dimension leading to the Togepi Paradise. This is a whole other crime in and of itself, and will also count it as breaking and entering. Another assault charge can be added as a Shadow Ball from one of his Ninjasks hits Misty's Togepi, along with kidnapping as he takes Togepi with him. Hansen is yet again guilty of kidnapping as he has the king and queen of the Mirage Kingdom taken to the dungeon. Another assault charge as he has his Pokemon send Team Rocket blasting off again, and because he assumed the throne by force, this counts as coup d'etat. Talk about a lot of crimes. At the end of the episode, he's taken to the dungeon himself, where we think he deserves nothing less than the death penalty. With the newly evolved Togetic now the protector of the Mirage Kingdom, we can see it summoning some sort of super powerful attack with Metronome to carry that execution out. Making our way to the Hoenn region and setting our eyes on Team Magma, next up is Tabitha. In the episode Fight for the Meteorite, he and some grunts go to the top of Mount Chimney in an attempt to steal the meteorite from Professor Cosmo. He eventually has a Golbat steal the meteorite from Cosmo's hands, leading to 1 count of theft. The meteorite is then used to power a laser which is aiming at the center of the volcano's lava flow. This laser would have forced the volcano to erupt, causing widespread damage. This ended up not happening because Ash destroyed the laser, but Tabitha will still be charged with attempted habitat destruction, and with Maxie likely ordering him to pull this off, he'll also be charged with aiding and abetting. For his crimes, Tabitha will get 10 years in prison with a chance at parole. Onto Tabitha's rival from Team Aqua, Shelly. In Unfair Weather Friends, Shelly leads a group of grunts into the Weather Institute to steal their technology, and she has the grunts trapped researchers, and later Team Rocket in metal restraints, adding 2 counts of kidnapping. They also power up the weather control machine, causing a lightning storm and adding 1 count of weather modification. Later, Shelly threatens the captured scientists with a lightning storm, unless the keycard is brought to her, and a lightning bolt is brought down on Team Rocket, adding another count of weather modifications as well as attempted murder, considering how deadly electricity can be. And once again, aiding and abetting will be added as this was a mission likely ordered by Archie. So we're sentencing Shelly to 30 years in prison. But real quick before we get to our next entries, if you're enjoying this sentencing format, make sure to check out our Cinema Sentencing channel, and we'd love to have you go check it out. Link below. Next we have Team Magma leader, Maxie. Unfortunately, Maxie doesn't have as much screen time compared to his rival, and thus we don't have much to work with. However, it is shown that in gaining Groudon, he has Kyogre captured, which is 1 count of kidnapping. Despite this being only 1 crime, this is a legendary Pokemon he captured after all, so his sentence is life in prison. Finally, we arrive at Archie, the leader of Team Aqua. Here we look at the Magma vs Aqua 2-parter, which we touched on a little in the previous entry. In gaining Groudon, he takes control of Kyogre with the red orb and has it destroy Team Magma's ship, which is both mind control and piracy. He'll also be charged with 2 counts of kidnapping as he takes 2 Team Magma grunts hostage and also tells Maxie that he has Groudon captured. In the Scuffle of Legends, he commits weather modification by creating a thunderstorm via Kyogre, with the intention of raising the sea levels to drown everyone on Monsu Island and take over the world, also adding both attempted mass murder and terrorism. While the Red Orb took control of Archie throughout much of this fiasco, this does not excuse the scope of his crimes. With that said, we will sentence Archie to death via the very method he tried to use on everyone on Monsu Island.